Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Voodoo Garden. My name is Ray. I will be your host today, and you are in a different position, I noticed. What you're actually doing is you're sitting on my bed. Yeah, I don't mind, but I wanted to put you way back there because I wanted to show you exactly how the setup is here. This is the hallway. There's stairs going down into my lower floor, but up here in this house, there's a little tiny hallway, a little alcove, and that's where I keep all of my fertilizer, potting soil, stuff, basically garbage for the grow room. I stash it all out there so that you don't actually see all the junk that goes into making my grow room work. This is my grow room. A viewer had mentioned, he said, Ray, why are you always sitting outside your grow room when you film? And that kind of confused me. I thought, what? Actually, I'm not sitting outside my grow room. This is my grow room, and the camera is normally in the hallway. So I wanted to show you actually where the camera normally is. It's normally right there. And you're actually seeing me in the grow room, but I'm off to the side, and I keep my plants from here on. As you can see, there's no plants. I have a surprise for you here in the Voodoo Garden because I've been busy. Yes, I've been busy, and that's why you haven't seen an episode in the Voodoo Garden recently, because I've been very busy doing something, and I want to show you what it is. I'm so excited. I've been working really hard, but it's not really work. It's actually kind of, you know what? Get off my bed. Why don't you come in here now that we have room for both of us? Oh, unnecessary close-up. Anyway, you are inside the grow room today because I wanted to show you everything that's going on in here and something very, very special. Something I wanted to share with you for so long, but I wanted to make sure it was just right. And so today is the day. Today is the day. But first, let's do some stuff up here and then we're going to go somewhere else, okay? You and I are going to go somewhere else. Yes, I'm going to take you with me. Take a look at this. Take a look at this. Let me pan over. No more big plants. I removed them from the center of the room. And I removed the light bulbs as well. The only thing left is what's over here on the right side of the grow room. And that's all there is. That's all there is left in this grow room, but there's some pretty cool stuff over here. Let me show you what it is. I can't actually be over there in front of the camera because the compact fluorescent bulbs that I have put out some kind of weird frequency from Mars, and with my wireless mic, it gives out a lot of static. So what I'm going to do is unplug my wireless microphone and take you in there and show you what's going on. But I'm going to have to talk a little bit louder because I'm going to use the microphone on the camera, okay? Lighting. People have asked me so many times, Ray, what's going on with the lighting? Well, here's what the lighting situation is in here. I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 light bulbs on this side of the grow room, and the wall has foil on it, and so does part of the ceiling. I don't like the foil. I tried it as an experiment. It really doesn't work, so I'm going to rip that stuff off, and I'm going to just have white walls, flat white. I think that's going to reflect the light just fine, and it doesn't look quite so crappy as foil. Down here, we have the 2 coffee plants. Yeah, I've only shown you one so far. This is the one that I treated for all of the weird leaf stuff. Doing fantastic. And then I have one behind here that is growing a little bit different, but still very healthy, having a good time. Back behind them, of course, is the tobacco plant. You remember that. Mr. Tobacco. Doing good. I chopped it back because it just got way too tall and it was just a mess. So I chopped it back and it's doing fantastic. It's getting more green, more leaves, it does whatever it wants to do. This very basic looking plant, I got this months and months and months ago from a place online called Wellspring Gardens on eBay, and I thought it was a peach tree, and it turns out it's not. Then I thought it was a maple tree because you can see these leaves look like maple leaves, don't they? Turns out it's a high bush cranberry. Yeah, high bush cranberry. And I emailed them and said, hey, by the way, this isn't a peach tree. You can tell it's not a peach tree. I think it's a maple. They said, oh, no, it's a high bush cranberry. We sent you the wrong thing. Very, very sorry. And what they did is they promptly sent me something else right over here. They sent me this free of charge, of course, because it was their mistake. This is a dwarf Georgia peach. It was nothing but a stick when they sent it, and I planted it in a large pot. All kinds of new growth coming out, and that is definitely a peach. You can tell by the leaves. Peach leaves are always this weird, curvy looking thing. But this is a dwarf Georgia peach, so it's only going to get around 6 feet tall, and it will not survive the winters here in Minnesota. Some peaches may survive. This one absolutely will not survive in the winter, so it has to be grown in my grow room all year round. This will be one of the Voodoo Garden specials that I have going on. I love peaches, but you know, anybody that loves peaches, they know that Georgia peaches are the best peaches in the world, and you can't get them around here. They don't sell them in the stores. I would kill or die for one of those, but hopefully I can grow my own inside. Probably not, but I don't let that stop me. My newest addition to the Voodoo Garden. Yes, I used to have an avocado growing and it died. Yeah, it had a spider mite attack, but look what I got. I had another avocado and I planted it here. People have asked me so many times, Ray, how do you grow avocados? And most people will stick toothpicks in them and put them in a glass of water, which I do as well. But there is another way to do them. You take the avocado pit out of the avocado, and you know how it's like really slimy? Take a scrub sponge, scrub it off under cold water, and make sure you get all that gooey stuff off the outside. Bury it 3/4 of a way into soil. Keep it slightly moist, not wet, slightly moist, and in a warm spot. And within about maybe a month, it cracks open, and look what you get. So you don't have to go through any kind of special means to grow an avocado plant. I tried it the natural way. I figured, well, you know, in nature, they don't fall off onto a toothpick into a Dixie cup. They just fall off into the soil, so that's what I tried. I buried this in a little cup, like here, and it sprouted just fine. And as soon as it got the root, I transplanted it in here, and it shot this part up. So I'm going to have me another avocado plant growing in the Voodoo Garden. Good to have you here. Some really cute new members. These are called Kelsey Onions, or Kelsey Onions. They are one of the world's largest onions. They actually won a world record growing thing for onions. I got some seeds and I wanted to grow these. I have 12 little cups, 12 little cups and a 100% germination rate. So I'm going to be growing these Kelsey onions outside in my garden, but I wanted to start them inside because gosh only knows how long they take. I've never grown them before. I know nothing about them other than they're in a cup. And they're growing. So I will be growing these outside. I'll be transplanting them out there. Once the weather warms up enough to where my ground isn't froze solid, I'll be transplanting these outside and showing you how these grow. And hopefully I can get bulbs out of them, you know, big honking onions. I really suck at growing onions. But hopefully this year, keep your fingers crossed, I'll do a little bit better. I have my tomatoes planted already. I have Boxcar Willie from last year because I found out I love Boxcar Willie. So I have one Boxcar Willie. To the left of it, I have the Prax Cherry, and it's always shorter but sturdy as heck. Look at that little booger. And up from the Prax Cherry, oh, I suck at panning over. This is called a silver fir tomato. Yeah, somebody sent me seeds for a silver fir tomato, and I decided to grow it because I looked it up and I thought, wow, I want that in my garden. So I have 3 tomato plants to grow out in the garden. That's it. Last year I grew a whole bunch of them. Not this year. I'm getting back to basics. I'm only growing what I need. I'm not growing for display. I'm not growing for anything else other than what I need. I have Boxcar Willie for processing. I have the Prax Cherry for snacking on and salads. And then I have the silver fir because it's supposed to be really good. This may end up being another one of my favorites. I don't know, but I'll let you know this year. Another thing I got going on is vanilla. I'm growing this from a little vanilla plant that I got online, and it got really tall and it started falling over, and I just thought about something. You know, they got these little aerial roots out, and it uses these to hold on to trees to grow, and I wondered if I could grow this from a clipping. So what I did was I chopped off around 8 inches of this, and I put it right down here, and the stem starts right here, and it goes all the way over to here and then up. So this whole thing is a stem that's buried about maybe 2 inches underneath the soil. I'm assuming that those aerial roots on the plant will shoot down and turn into regular roots. I don't know. I know nothing about vanilla, so I'm going to cross my fingers, and if it works, I'll let you know. And even if it doesn't work, I'll let you know. You know, I keep trying to tell myself, now that I have all this extra room in my grow room, I'm going to keep it orderly. I'm not going to fill it up with plants and have to limbo underneath all of these plants and maneuver to water them. But you know, I'm going to end up with too many plants again. It's just the way I am. You know, I thin it out, but I'm a total hoarder when it comes to plants. Eventually, this room is going to fill up and I'm going to be all pushed over here with Domo, trying to avoid my plants. But I think I'm pretty much happy with that. Anyway, I had something I wanted to show. Oh, well that's unfortunate. Domo passed out. But there is something that I wanted to show you, and it's downstairs. Come with me downstairs and let's... I have 3 windows in here. And so it gets southern light, which is really great, really high ceilings, and take a look at this. I put in the light fixtures. I have 12 of them. And I have, I believe, 100-watt compact fluorescent bulbs in each fixture. The output is around 400 watts. So it's bright as day, even without the blinds open. It is perfect in here. The temperature is around 95, almost 100 degrees in here, which is nice and toasty. Not to worry in the summertime, I have central air, so it'll definitely keep the temperature just perfect here. The cocoa tree is going to love it. It loves warm temperatures, it loves humidity. The cocoa tree has all kinds of little bitty flowers all over the place. It's loving these hot temperatures and the humidity in here. To the right of the cocoa tree is the 4-foot-tall scorpion. I love the way this thing looks in here. And of course it goes really well with the backdrop, which is oak looking tree things. I like that. And then down from the tree is the canna lily, which is up front. And then behind it is the bird of paradise. To the left, tucked away down there, is the banana tree. It gets a little bit of shade from the cocoa tree, which I believe it's going to enjoy. And the giant granadilla, which is kind of like a passion fruit. It's going to be vining up and grabbing the cocoa tree soon. I'm going to have to move it. And back here, you've seen this before, the Christmas cactus. Yeah, it's always flowering. It is a big, honking, huge thing that I have on this oak table back in the corner. So it's a nice little corner item. Right in front of that is a Cherimoya. I haven't shown the Cherimoya that often, but it's in a nice, decent size, I think a 12-inch pot. And it got a little too tall up there, so I had to prune it back, but look. It has 1, 2, 3 growing tips. So it's going to fork out nicely. So apparently it does good with the pruning method that I do. Right next to it, spreading out and loving the sun, just loving the sun, is the night blooming jasmine. What's happened since I've moved this downstairs is, take a look at this. It blooms at night and it puts out a beautiful smell, but it is full of these flowers that are just about ready to open. They are all over this plant, everywhere. You can see a couple of white flies, but I don't care. But there's more flowers down there. Even more over here. Once these open up, it is going to just burst into smell at night, which I really don't mind at all. Next to it is one of the other cocoa trees that you don't normally see. This is the smaller twin of the large one, and it has a nice spread of leaves at the top. It has 5 branches where it branched off. I love this thing. And eventually, I think with 2 different cocoa trees, they will cross-pollinate each other. This one hasn't started putting out flowers yet. And taking up this huge amount of space over here is the Jalokia. And the Jalokia gets direct sunlight in the window, and it gets these bright lights as well. So this is the perfect spot for this monster to grow. It's gonna really do good in here. This is a good spot for these. I probably didn't do the best job finding a rug. This is a black rug, and it shows every single rascal hair that falls, every piece of dirt. But you know what? I don't care. I put a chair and my bucket of water. So I come in here and I sit down in the mornings and I have coffee and I just enjoy the view. I look at the trees, my little painting thing up there, and this huge honking clock that I got for Christmas. It's just my favorite thing in the world. This thing is heavy, it's huge, it's rustic, you know, it's got the faded, chipped off numbers and stuff like that, and it's beautiful. The blinds I really hate. These came with the house, tacky white ones. I ordered some hunter green blinds. They'll be in about a week or so, and they're going to make the room look a lot better. If I turn to the left, the wall where I'm standing, okay, if I pan to the left, this is a hutch that's built into the wall. Because this was a dining room, of course, and it's just old school. I really don't much care for it, but I thought, you know what? I could turn this into like a little growing center. You know, underneath I could put a little grow light underneath here, and I can move out all this garbage here and grow some plants in there. Put a couple in here with some grow lights. I thought that'd be kind of neat. And over here, I decorated this wall with my cucusa. I love that big monster. Eventually I'm going to mount it up on the wall up here above the hutch like a swordfish on a wall. It's going to look pretty nice. And that's the complete grand tour of the new grow room. I hope you liked it. I'm pretty happy with it. I really am. It is more than I expected it that it would be. I didn't think that I'd do such a good job. And I got to pat myself on the back. You know, I am not a builder. I am not Bob the Builder. I don't do construction very well. I can build things, I just can't build them very well. So yeah, that's kind of surprised me. Ooh. I was expecting something to go wrong. Everything went good, from the electrical to the lighting, getting the plants down the stairs without crushing myself, and getting everything built. It was wonderful. It was a total pleasure, and I was very, very happy to do it and excited to show you. I was wanting to show you the progress on the way, but I thought, no, I want to surprise you. I want to surprise you. Anyway, I think that pretty much wraps it up. I hope you enjoyed the downstairs grow room, and I got a whole lot more things going on up here with the planting of the seeds and starting out new things, and now I got more room to maneuver and to do other stuff. So that makes me happy. Anyway, I got to get going. Thank you for joining me up in the grow room. I really